Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. Logging into this game right now, I can't help but notice that there's a lot of things that just aren't normal right now in FC25. Albeit some of that, of course, because of the crazy server outages that we had this weekend, but also some of it is the game's doing and the content that we're getting right now in Evolutions specifically, and some of the Future Stars content that we've had. Today, I want to dive into what makes it kind of a weird week, especially for what's upcoming later on in the week with rewards and even the next upcoming promo. We're going to talk about that and how we can make some profit off of this whole situation. If you're excited for the video, drop a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Let's start by looking at yesterday's Sunday content because it's the weekend where we keep having good content each and every promo, and that is continuing with what we had yesterday. Now, this isn't something massive, but in objectives, another little bit of extra rush reward stuff here. The Future Stars Rush objective. There's a new rush event that is out too called The Future Is Now, which actually both rush events at this exact moment have the same max 95 overall rating, but you have to play the Rush Is Now mode to get that rush objective done. I've actually found myself playing less rush recently, and I think that's because I can do 2 evos at the same time if I'm playing squad battles. I think I'm playing more squad battles and even champs and rivals, trying to get my evos done in there rather than just rush, because you can only do 1 at a time in rush, obviously. But those are some decent easy packs there, and if you're just doing 1 evo at a time and want to get it done in rush because the games are short, that's a good place to do it, and for some extra packs. Let's go to SBCs before we go on anywhere else and look at the Fernando Torres SBC. We talked about this guy yesterday. I was hoping for a big juiced card. We got a good card. I don't think we got a juiced card. I mean, you take a look at that passing stat and that dribbling stat straight away. At this stage of the game, this card is good, and I think for the price, he's very good, but I think also EA could have done a little bit better with the boost of this card. 90 rated. I was hoping for above 80 passing and above 90 dribbling, as we mentioned in the video, but some of the things that we wanted, like Rapid Plus, we got. 5-star weak foot, we got as well. Some of the individual stats, when you're considering whether or not to do this SBC, you know what? I think you have to take them into consideration, but honestly as well, you just kind of have to remember that this is Fernando Torres, and from what I heard earlier on in the year, I think I tried out his base icon card for a little bit. People were saying that his finesse shots were insane, and he's always pretty good in game. You think back, I think back to even like FIFA 19 when he had I think it was an end of an era or a flashback card. I think it was an end of an era. That card was just busted, and you know how good Finesse Plus is this year. You know the Rapid Plus. I think for the boost that this card got, even though you see that 78 curve and you see the 82 long shots, you're like, Nate, are his finesses actually good? This is the type of card that ends up being cracked in game. At the very least, and this is what I'm going to do, I have R9 in my team, but I'm going to do the lone 82 rated squad of this Fernando Torres and try him out for a 5-game loan. I think this card is going to end up being really, really OP because he kind of always is in game. But nonetheless, I think this is still a decent SBC. The playstyles that they added are good too. I like they added Relentless. They added, I believe, Press Proven to his card as well. And he still has the Quick Step. He still has the Trivela, so he's going to be able to finish in all the different ways. And he's got 3 of the 4 pluses, most of the good ones there that you want to see on a striker card. And again, 639,000 coins. If this card was on the market, I mean, what's the comparison? Probably Lara Shellin. She is how much? Lara Shellin, I believe, is like 600,000 to 700,000 coins herself, right? She's 700,000 coins, and it's not the exact same card. It's close, though. Same playstyle pluses, different positions, but similar stats. I think this Fernando Torres is a really good SBC if you want Fernando Torres. So I'm going to go ahead and try the loan and see how it works out for me before going any further on this one, especially with who I have in my personal squad. But I have no problems with that card, the price, where it's at for the upgrade that we got. Now, the other SBCs from yesterday, kind of decent as well. I was really shocked right away when I looked at the content drop and I saw that the icon pick had gone down in rating. It's an 87 plus instead of an 88 plus, but what they added in, guys, was an extra slot. I'll be honest, I think the 87 plus is fine. That 4th slot is worth the rating going down 1, in my opinion. The price here is still 85, 86, 89. If you take a look at the fodder market, 89s and above are going up a lot right now because that's the fodder that's in the demand the most, because we can't pack it as much and we need it for all the 89 rated squads that are in this game right now. So that rated fodder is going up. We'll talk more about that in a second. But honestly, for this SBC, it's coming in at 420,000 coins. It's unlimited repeatable. It's fun to craft. If you want to go ahead and do it, I say go ahead and do it. I think a lot of people with base icons and base heroes, we're starting to feel like it's getting old. Sure, some of them are fitting evolutions, which is cool, But at the same time, when you open an icon or a hero pick now, especially with the 87 hero pick, you know, it's time to get rid. It's time to get rid of these base heroes from these picks, in my opinion. Prime, Track Stars, Winter Wildcards, of course. That would be just a great player pick between those promo versions of heroes. And usually, we're probably closer to seeing a special-only hero player pick than we are a special-only icon pick, just because usually with the heroes, they're a bit ahead of the curve for icons in terms of, like, EA giving us the better upgrade player picks and packs before they go for the icons. So I think we'd see one of those first, but yeah, especially for the heroes, it's getting a little bit sorry to be doing these hero upgrade picks and getting base versions. Now, again, this one's pretty cheap. Again, it's 84.85 with one team of the week, so it's not bad. If you want something to grind for with the objectives that are out, with the upgrade packs that are out, and probably more of those coming today, these are fine SBCs to just do and have fun with right now in the menus with the fodder that you can collect from the daily play and all other packs that we have. So that's not too bad. Even though the rating went down on this, that extra fourth slot I think actually carries a lot of weight. And then also, this has to be worth a quick mention. The Future Stars Challenge 4 for a premium gold players pack, that's pretty easy to get done. It's 3,000 coins and it's a tradable 25k pack back. That is a good piece of content from yesterday as well. Now, while we're here, we mentioned fodder. Let's take a look at fodder really quick because it moved up on the high tier. And guys, if you invested in any of this stuff after the not division rivals, squad battle rewards period, which we mentioned in yesterday's video, investing in these cards during squad battle rewards when they went down, they had a full recovery and then some. 89 Odegaard was 30,000 coins, went down to 27, and these cards are now almost 32k. I believe the 91s were the best return on your investment. 78k right now for Rodri. He was 70k before rewards, went down to 64, and is now 78,000 coins because of the icon. Because of the Fernando Torres, those cards are really moving up pretty nicely. But it's even the low tier, again, because of the icon and because of the hero picks that are out and the other SBCs, right? Take a look at 85 rateds. They were 4,000, under 4,000 coins after squad battles, and they're now up to 4,700 per card. So honestly, all of the fodder market is rising. Not a ton. The top tier is up a lot, but the low tier is doing pretty good as well. And to be honest, I don't think that it's going to stop rising unless EA put out some crazy supply of some sort. So at the moment, what I would tell you to do is just keep holding on to that fodder if you have it. If you bought it yesterday, keep lazy listing. It should continue to go up a little bit into this week. Now, let's finish up the content yesterday by talking about the evolution. This is where things start to get a little bit weird, right? This isn't a necessarily crazy weird Evo, but it's interesting that they're, you know, letting us take a left back where, especially in this game, left backs, you need them to defend because of the way defending has become. Defending is difficult with this patch, right? Scoring goals was made easier, which is a good thing. We like that. But with defending becoming more difficult, you need better center backs to have a better chance to win, right? There's more of that need now. There's more of that demand. You need better left backs and right backs to defend as well. But here's an opportunity to take a left back and make them a pretty good left mid or a left wing. Lewis Skelly, he's in Evos once again. This is the, option they're showing us here for the example. You get quick step, you get huge boosts to shooting, to pace, passing, and dribble, and you do not get any really boost at all to physical and defending. Again, it's all about turning a left back into a left wing, but it does give 2 playstyle pluses, which is pretty cool. Some of these cards do look really good. Samuel Lino in here, I would play that card as a left mid or a left wing for sure. Maybe this is a great evolution if you're running 4-4-2 or something with a left mid where you could use somebody who's got some defense and physical attributes already on the card and maybe even some playstyles, but you want to give them some skills, a weak foot boost, and then of course some attacking roll pluses, and of course playstyles. Like this Acuna card looks really insane. That looks like a really, really fun card if you can get links for him. There's a lot of good options with this, but I think this Evo for me is going to be one that I wait on. There are a couple insane options. Let's keep looking at this first. You've got this Petit card. He is stealing the show in terms of the most hype Evo that you can create with this attacker instinct for 75,000 coins. That is well worth every penny. I mean, look at the state of that Petit card. There's no way a promo version of Petit would be anywhere near that good. You might even test out the 87 plus icon pick, because if you're lucky enough to get a Petit, which would be like a bad pull but a good pull, you could spend 75,000 more coins and then put him into this evolution. What a card. I mean, center defensive mid, center mid, left back, and then left wing with the Relentless Plus and the Incisive with the other playstyles that he already has. Oh my gosh, that's an insane card. So he's extinct, obviously, on the market at 160K. EA is going to have to up that price range for sure. As long as this evolution is out, he's going to be the top guy to go in my opinion. That one looks insane. Kamavinga, I've got gold Kamavinga in my club. This card looks pretty crazy through this Evo as well to create a center midfielder. Quickstep Plus, Incisive Plus obviously are very good playstyles. I think Teo Hernandez is popping up in price again for this. I'm glad that I evoed my Teo in the other one though. I think I like the playstyles that he has better from that one than this one. But you know, it's still a boost to his passing, dribbling, and shooting, and you give him Incisive Plus, which is very good. If you like to put those through balls down the line, which Incisive Plus is insane, he's going to be a great card for you. So I don't necessarily love that this is 75,000 coins, but with the boost that you do get, and mostly it's the playstyle pluses, I think, that the fact that you get 2 playstyle pluses, Incisive Pass Plus, and you get the Quickstep Plus, which are both very meta, I think that's why EA made it 75,000 coins. But honestly, for me, I'm not going to just throw somebody into this right away. When I look at my club, I'm like, there's no USA players or Spurs players that really jump off the page at me that I want to put into this. Kamavinga, yeah, you know, if Kamavinga could be evoed again, then maybe I would put him into that. And then, you know, something like that, a double evo combination is possible with this. This is the stat that really hurts this evo is max 85 defending, because I have Weston McKennie. He has 86 physical. If he had 85 physical, that card would be busted and he would be going boom straight to that Evo for me, as long as he doesn't have more than 3 positions, which he might. But that would be a really sick Evo card, but unfortunately, he doesn't fit. But that's kind of a weird Evo, right? Especially because, like we mentioned, you really need your left back or your right back in this game with the way that the meta is now. You need them to defend. So that's why, yeah, for maybe a guy like Alphonso Davies, you can make a really attacking Alphonso Davies. And sure, you're boosting your card up to 90 rated, which is pretty high, but you're giving them left wing position, which they probably didn't have before, which down the line could make for some pretty interesting cards and evolution combinations. So there's some positives, there's some negatives with that Evo. I think the biggest negative is that it's 75,000 coins and it doesn't help your left back actually defend better for you. Now, let's talk about the market a bit more, because since we had a paid Evo and decent SBCs, good content in general, we saw the market drop. Now, this Rolfa card is down a lot because people are evolving her Inform 87 version. I think she's one of the better cards in the evolution for sure, that Rolfa version right there. So this card's down a lot because people use her, and of course, if they're going to put her into an Evo, they can't use 2 Rolfas at one time. So she's dropping, and that's kind of a normal thing that you see when there's a good Evo, especially when it's paid. You see market prices drop because people are selling cards to go ahead and, you know, first of all, selling the card that they have in their team that the new Evo is going to replace, and second of all, selling cards that they need to sell to acquire currency, acquire coins, so that they can go and pay for the evolution itself. So like Rolfo would have been a prime example of that yesterday. But in general, with the icon pick being out, being a 1 of 4, having some hype for that, the impacts cards, especially with squad battle rewards, dropped as well. The future stars are all down. Diallo's 1.1 million coins. I think one of the biggest drops in the day is this Barcola, down 500. I mean, actually, he's down like 1 million coins from where he was on Saturday. He was 3.6 mil still, and now he's 2.3. Kubarsi's now down at 700,000 coins. Neves is still holding his price there. The icons dropped a considerable margin as well. Lampard's 380. He was like 500K, I think, still yesterday. Rio Ferdinand is 1.8 million coins. And then, of course, Garincha is really low. Alan Shearer, who we thought was pretty expensive, but still is a unique card, probably hurt a little bit too by the price and by the release of the Fernando Torres. This is a card, though, and these future stars from Team 2, I would get really interested in maybe tonight, especially as we still have Weekend League going throughout the week, and you're going to have rewards slowly coming out, but still a lot of people probably played their Weekend League on the weekend. I think you're going to see some good movements on these cards for trades if you want to get involved in those, but for the most part, they are down. So that's kind of what's happening with the cards that are in packs. Cards that are out of packs, same sort of situation, right? We have prices that are dropping on these because, again, people need to sell them to go afford the evolution or to go afford fodder. As we see it going up, people are buying fodder, right? That's the supply and demand situation. People are selling cards in their teams to go buy fodder to do the icon player picks. Now, this is where the market gets a little bit weird, right? Prices are down a little bit, but as we've been mentioning, we've got a weird situation this week where the double rewards, FIFA 19 flashbacks, as we've mentioned, but double reward situation on Thursday, Rivals rewards and Foot Champs rewards are both going to be coming out on Thursday. Literally, the rewards are at the same time. Rewards in 3 days, 8 hours for Rivals, ends Foot Champs in 3 days, 8 hours for here as well. So, as we mentioned in yesterday's video, I think it's a great opportunity to buy, and I think we're entering into that window of, hey, it might be time to start looking at buying some of these cards out of pack specials, especially ones that have dropped down a ton. Now, honestly, guys, I'm looking at a lot of center mids. I know center mids have gotten absolutely cooked by the Evo that we got, right? The one that the Joao Gomez fits into, and there's a lot of great players that fit into that Evo. You could stay away from center defensive mids and center mids if you want to, if you're a little scared of that evolution, but with how much those cards have dropped, they just look really, really cheap. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is I think in general, the market's low-ish for where we are right now for the place where we are in the week and what I imagine content's going to look like for the rest of this week. Same thing as last week, right? We saw prices on cards. Let's use this Rudiger, for example. Let's go search him up on Footbin. This Rudiger, I'm pretty sure I bought last week. Yeah. Last week, Rudiger was how much? 280,000 coins. Went up a little bit into the weekend, and then you can see what happened actually during the last week. That was 2 weeks ago. During the last week, this is what happened. He went from 316,000 coins. We're in the post-Team of the Year market rise finally. 316 lows on Monday, by the way. You see Sunday kind of stayed the same. Some fluctuations. The graph is level. We get to Monday. Boom, we start on this really crazy rise all the way until this weekend because it was a slow week of future stars. I can't imagine. I know we have some more content that I'll talk about and more leaks and even some stuff coming on Friday of this week. I can't imagine that there's going to be huge market crashes, at least for the first couple days of this week, which is why I do like not just this card in particular. I did buy Rudiger at 360,000 coins because I thought that was pretty cheap. His other version is so expensive. Center backs have not been affected really at all right now because of the content. I like center backs in general for trades. I just think that out-of-pack special cards that are really meta, popular players, especially if they're down a bit, because of the Evo today, I think we could continue to see a market that moves up like it did last week, and especially after Thursday, Rivals and Champs Rewards combination. This Koundé is one of my favorite cards to trade. I was buying him at 400,000 coins last week and selling him at 440 to 450. Now I'm looking at him above where I was selling him. He's 460,000 coins, and I'm thinking about, this card might go to 500K type of situation. So that's where I'm looking at a card like this saying, I think we can buy something today, maybe even late tonight into tomorrow, depending on how today's Monday content moves the market a bit and how things shake around and move on the market. You could probably make some buys and hold on to them for the rest of this week. The only thing that worries me is Grassroots Greats, because that is outstanding as a leak, and there's a lot of hype for this, guys. The Maradona, right? The Beckenbauer, the Doumbia, the Gervinho, the Abarbo. There's a lot of hype for this. I still think the card design is not cool. Like, that's the official card design. No, man. Why does that look like a chemistry lab? Why does it look... Yeah, there's some funny comments about that card design. But, like, that is a hype promo, and there's a lot of anticipation for it. But is it going to deliver and match the levels of hype? I don't know. I think the leaks are the only thing right now that kind of deter me from saying 100% market rise this week. There's always a little bit of risk with this because you never know what EA is going to do. This is something that makes me just a little bit leery, but I think until we start to get leaks for this, which probably wouldn't be until Wednesday, Thursday when we normally do, I think that we should see the market do pretty good. So I think that's going to be a great place to make coins this week is the meta market. I think the middle to low tier budget, just to shout out some last couple of things here. Like I'm looking at a Koundé who's 400,000 coins. I would consider that middle budget. Other players, like Eder Militao, the Griezmann that I flipped yesterday. I sold Griezmann for 1.5. What I sell him for 1.56. You guys saw me buy him on the video for 1.47. Sold him for 1.557. So not a crazy flip there, but that's a more top tier card. Cards like this, I know Militao's down a lot. He could rebound the 2 mil. This could end up being a good buy. But I kind of like the lower to middle tier cards just because they've been a lot safer to trade with and their prices have been moving a lot more consistently. So a guy like that, Bernardo Silva, would be in that sort of category as well. And then speaking of fodder, just one last time for the market side of things, it looks like it's going to continue to go up. Maybe 84s would be an investment if you can get them below 2,000 coins, 1.8 to 1.9, because we are going to get some more upgrade packs, I believe, today. And I'm not going to say invest in Team of the Weeks, but you never know. Team of the Weeks, if we get a good upgrade pack SBC back, and this would probably be on Tuesday that we would be expecting that. Team Weeks are 15,000 coins. I don't see too much supply for them coming in. It's still, you have weekly, it's open, so there's a little bit of supply there, but that's something I'd be watching too. An inform investment would be risky because you need an SBC to require them, but at the same time, possible for probably Tuesday, but maybe today as well. Let's talk about today, right? What else is going to make content weird this week? Well, it's the big evolution that we've still been waiting on, guys. It's hopefully today, finally, the second week of Future Stars. I believe it is today. It's been leaked. I think a couple people have mentioned, I think even FutAccountant tweeted that it's going to be today on Monday, where we finally get to take our Future Stars Academy Wonder Kids and create them into icons, which is still, to me, we've mentioned that it's such a weird concept, taking a 20-year-old and making them an icon, giving them literally an icon card design, which has never been happened before. Just weird. But anyways, that's expected to be today. I don't think that's going to impact the market a ton. Like, I get it. Everybody's going to have an Evo card once they complete it today that they would probably put into their team. But like, for me, I don't think this Alyssa Thompson goes into my main team. Should be a good card, and a good card that I would definitely use. 2 playstyle pluses. I'm giving the Trickster plus to her at the moment. She's going to get the 5-star skills. And then, you know, I really just got to see what the overall boost is on the stats. I know we're going to a 91 rated, but what are the actual stats that we're getting boosted here? So that's my biggest question for today, but it's still weird that we can actually go ahead and do that. I think that's going to be a part of content. According to the leaks, it is. Again, we thought it was going to be on Friday. Didn't drop. Saturday, no, nothing. Yesterday, no, nothing. They're dropping other Evos. I think maybe the tides turn. I think actually it's very possible today that we get this, because a lot of people have been saying that it is very possible and that we do get that. So make sure you get your chains in order. And again, just to mention this, as EA said, you got to get all the other additions to your card, the playstyle pluses, the regular playstyles, the rolls. I guess you don't put rolls on these cards, but the weak foot and the skills, you got to get everything added to your card and done before you can put it into the Evo. So I actually have to work on my evolution for Thompson. I have to get 2 more games played, get the playstyle plus added, and then also get the skill moves added, so we'll be ready for the Evo probably coming out today. Now, other things to come out today, we mentioned it a little bit already, is the upgrade packs. The 85 double expires. Same thing happened last week. The upgrade pack that we had, which I believe was the 84 times 5. It expired on Monday, but then we had the 83 times 14 on Tuesday. So this is expiring today, as is the 81 double upgrade. I think the 81 double will probably be replaced. Remember last week we had the 78 2 of 3 player pick. Maybe we get another one of those. Maybe we get another sort of player pick, something along those lines today for sure. But, you know, upgrade packs on Mondays are kind of the main part of content. It's just, you know, crazy this week that we actually have that whole Evo situation with these cards that we get to take part in. But other than these 2 things, I think those are the main 2 parts of content to expect today. Probably not going to be that busy of a day all in all. We'll just have to see how good the stat boosts are. I'm really, really curious for those Evo cards. So I don't think that's going to impact the market a lot, which is why I'm pretty gung-ho and investing in some cards. I'll probably be looking at some prices here early morning today on Monday, maybe later in the day on Monday as well, just to see how things shake out and where things go. But the last thing I want to talk about before we end the video is this leak, because this might actually influence a few of my investments that I maybe pick up, and also the way that I think about attackers and maybe some other players in this game, and just in general. That's a pretty big SBC, guys. A lot of people did the Ousmane Dembele Team of the Year Blueprint Evo, which was 500,000 coins, and that card is everywhere. So even though this card's not going to be as good, a Player of the Month Ousmane Dembele, which would probably drop on Wednesday or Thursday, because that's usually when Player of the Month League 1s drop. And as I check right now, I want to see, when does the Greenwood expire? The Greenwood, I believe, expires on Thursday, based on that timer. We would expect this SBC. These are not leaked stats or anything like that, but he would have 2 playstyle pluses, and Ousmane Dembele is a very good card in game regardless, so that SBC is going to have some hype. Watch out for PSG links, and, you know, maybe that's an SBC if you're on a lower budget that you could go ahead and craft and try out, and he's going to be a good card. It's Ousmane Dembele. So that's one thing to kind of look out for later on in the week, and watch out for those PSG links as well. But I think that's just about it for Monday content. There's no more FC Pro. None of that is going on. It's really the Future Stars Evos. Oh, look, it's right there. You guys were telling me that this was in the menus, and I couldn't find it. There it is, guys. The final version of Future Stars Academy will be available in-game Monday, February 10th at 6 p.m. content. There we go. We can 100% now say that this is coming today, unless EA mix it up. So that's what we're looking forward to with content today. I think the market's ripe for picking in terms of profits. And I think that just, yeah, it's kind of a weird week, man. The whole being able to play FUT Champs, and like right now, I'm not even worried about playing my FUT Champs. I got 3 games in. I haven't played a match on this game since Friday, but I really don't care because I can play champs tomorrow. I can play champs on Wednesday. I can play champs the whole week almost. I'll be able to play champs on Friday again. That's crazy. We could play champs on like early morning Thursday and also on Friday for 2 different champs weekends. That's absolutely wild. We got to get rivals involved there as well. And of course, all the other objectives that were extended, got to catch up on some of those. So I guess thanks to EA for still extending all those things that we didn't really necessarily expect them to, but they went ahead and did. We talked about that in yesterday's video. That was an absolute dub. So we look forward to that today. I'm excited to grind some of the upgrade packs and get back on, and maybe not give myself a chance at packing a future star because these seem pretty unpackable, but at least getting to the menu grind, getting some of those rewards, and seeing what other content we can conjure up and get involved in. But that's the video for me today, guys. Have a great start to your week. Happy Monday, and I will see you guys in the streams today. If you enjoyed this one, drop a thumbs up on it, comment below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you're new. It's been TheFutAccountant. I will see you guys in the streams today. Peace out.